This is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist podcast, now with the Digitent Network. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started in the show notes, what do you want to say, Bean?
I went to ballet class.
She missed ballet this week. Are you sad? Do you love ballet?
I just always want the straddle.
You like the straddle? What else did you learn in ballet, Bean?
Releve.
Releve. What else?
Undo.
To undo? Undo, she says. How about chasse?
Chasse.
Chasse, 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 right?
Yeah.
How about grand jeté?
Want
Jeté. Oh.
jump in the stuffed animal.
Jump over the stuffed animals. How about first position?
Spider.
And spider, they do a spider walk. Very nice. What else would you like to tell the listeners?
We get stickers at ballet class and get snacks.
Stickers and snacks. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Say, see you guys later.
See you guys later.
Oh, that's very nice. You guys just really did get a pop-in from the Bean. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed and you get my blog and stuff, go ahead to the link. You'll get my free blog that I send out pretty much every week. And then keep your eyes out in your inbox because there's going to be some holiday specials coming up. So can't wait to let you guys know about that when it happens. I have aerial rehab. I have a full course on there if you want to learn from me, but you just don't live here. Roll it out also. Every week we hit the mat and roll out our aerial muscles, and it is a painful beauty of a thing. All right, my friends, this is Melody Rose. She is now 21, but she got pregnant at 18, had her baby at 18, and I know her now. She was, apparently I was the first aerial class she took, and now she's 2 years into her practice, mama of a 2-year-old, killing it, like so mature for 21. Actually, she kind of rivals my maturity level sometimes, I think. But Melody's awesome, and, she tells us all about her story, and Bean is singing in the background. Now, guys, let's get started. Melody, I've been wanting to bring Melody on the podcast for a long time because I feel like even though it's not a rule, I definitely end up knowing more people that are closer to my age. And then, therefore, more people close to my age are on this podcast. But Melody definitely fits the bill for this podcast, but she's just from a different generation. She's Gen Z, right? Are you millennial?
I'm Gen Z.
Are you an older Gen Z? You must be. No, you're right in the middle. Do you know what Gen Z is? What years?
I think it's... Do you know? I know
No.
it's Z, but I'm about to Google it.
Okay. Because Melody found Ariel after she had her kid. She's been training about 1.5 years. Is that right?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. That feels crazy that it's been almost 2 years.
No, I took my very first class with you.
And now she's moved on to Lyra.
I'm exploring everything.
You didn't leave Silks completely. You're just like,
I miss Silks though. Honestly, my schedule has been so crazy recently. So that's why I've been doing more Lyra. And also I had like a little dislocation.
You did?
I had 2 dislocations that happened. My shoulder and my knee. And
that's right. I saw the knee situation. And how are you feeling?
My knee's doing better after that, but I mean, I'm just in general, I'm double jointed and like hypermobile and all that stuff. So I just have to be more careful in the air and be very engaged with everything I do and watch out for when I get tired and things like that. But the first time it happened, I was in my splits, but I might have just been kind of like chilling out too much in my splits. So you need to like, and my back knee was not, fully engaged. It was a little loose and it popped out of place. And at least it wasn't in the air, but then I took a little break after that and I finally went back to Silks. I did an open gym and I dislocated my shoulder
during that open gym.
Yeah, doing going into my SRAP like with the flamenco grip. Yeah, and didn't. I've done it a million times, but might have been a little tired or something, and So now I'm like, like, I like Lyra because I'm closer to the floor and I don't have to, I'm not worried so much about the twisting and all, but I've been doing my own sort of physical therapy and stuff like that. And I plan to get back on silks pretty soon.
I feel like that flamenco grip gets kicked out of people's practices actually a lot. Like a lot of people have to say goodbye to that.
I feel like I'm about to.
Entrance.
Yeah.
I did because I probably had a labrum tear that I PT'd out of, but now I do the dancer's S-wrap because it doesn't involve the shoulder at all. You know, when you egg beater, the leg.
Yeah, I wanna do that one more. I need to get that one better. But I want to do that more instead of flamenco grip because that's the one I did always to get into my S-wrap.
I know that was my number one because it's so fast.
Exactly.
It's so fast, but the dancer's S-wrap is fast too. What did Google say about Gen Z?
97
or Gen X?
97
Gen Z.
2013.
97. When were you born?
I'm born in 02.
Okay, so how old are you now? Don't make me do the math. 20. You're 21 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Melody, then I met you at 19.
At 19.
And when were you pregnant and when did you get pregnant and when did you have the baby?
I was pregnant when I was 18. She was born in March and then in May I turned 19. So I was 18 when she was born.
Okay. So I've never asked you the story.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell the origin story of your family? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so actually it started funny story. I worked in a restaurant, Lemonade, for a while. I was the shift lead manager there for 4 years. And
you can be that as a 16-year-old?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I started working when I was 13, so I guess they liked me. And a lot of people don't like, they look at work ethic and things like that, not so much age, because I don't know, I'm not exactly like every other 21-year-old.
No, you're super grown up. But I didn't even know that. I didn't know you could get hired at some place called Lemonade. Like I've been to Lemonade. It's like a chain.
Yeah.
Of it's like Whole Foods and salads and their food is great.
Yeah. I started working there in high school, probably I was in 10th grade.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they made me manager shift lead pretty quickly there. And then there was my main cook. I worked with him every single day, and we worked together for 3 years. And then after 3 years we ended up starting to go out, and then after going out for so long we moved in together, and then ta-da, Nirvana was born. But yeah, we met in a restaurant. And he's Salvian Guatemalan, so Nirvana's got a little mix of Salvian Guatemalan in there. My dad's Puerto Rican, so she's a little Puerto Rican in there. She's just a mix of all things, and she's such a happy girl,
Was Nirvana a surprise blessing?
She was a surprise blessing. But the second I knew I was pregnant, I just, it was weird because I never really wanted to be pregnant or even be a mom at this point. But when I found out that I was pregnant, there was something in me that was just all right, it's time, now it's happening, I have to have her. I want her, So that's just how I felt. It kind of was just something told me she was going to be special. This is going to be a special journey. Go on with it, go through with it. And I did. And I don't know if I ever mentioned to you Children's Hospital, because she did end up being a Children's Hospital baby when she was born. So through my pregnancy, they would it was around 5 months that they noticed she had something going on with her intestines, and they didn't see exactly what it was. They just saw she had dilated intestines, but there was no diagnosis that could happen until she was born, because they had to do x-rays, and the second she was born, that's what had to be done. And so I followed out from 5 to 9 months. I did every single week appointments at Children's Hospital until she was finally born. And I even had a surgeon on call at Children's Hospital that was ready, to do whatever they needed to do. And they went through millions of possibilities with me. It was honestly draining between I can't even, begin to start. It was just millions of different things they told me. I was sad. I was like, oh my God, like, and then I'm 5 months and they're asking, are you sure you still want to carry through with it? And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
yes, I do. Like, I'm 5 months pregnant. She's a girl. Like, I'm not, no, I'm not, However, so I had to tell them, I had to cut them off. I was like, whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm going to have her. So I don't need to know all the possibilities, I'd rather just know what it is when she's born. So they stopped telling me the possibilities. And then I gave birth at Providence St. Joseph's in Burbank.
That's where I gave birth to.
Yeah. And honestly, do you think you had a good experience there? Because honestly, after my experience, I don't recommend that hospital to absolutely
I didn't have a
anybody.
terrible, I didn't have a
Okay, I had
terrible
a
one.
terrible-
If I were to do it again, I don't know what I would do because I want to be in a hospital. But I think the experience I had could be had at any hospital because it just was like, it just felt like a factory
Did you give birth before COVID?
right before.
Right before. See, I was during COVID
It's
too.
not great.
Yeah, it was terrible and they were a mess, and honestly, I've heard of people that still go there and they say they're still a mess after COVID. But basically, I was there for 8 hours in labor and I told every single person in uniform that walked in the door, I have children's hospital paperwork that you guys need to look at. You guys need to make sure she gets x-rays when she's born. I made sure everyone knew that because that was
The
like
most
the
important
thing
thing,
of
right?
everything past, 4 months, like that's what had to be done. And anyway, she ends up being born. And, the second she's born, I'm like, yay, baby, but give her x-rays now, like I need this done now. I need a peace of mind. I need to know what is going on. And they were like, oh, we can't order that until the physician comes in. I'm like, well, why are you just telling me that now? When does the physician come in? And they go, oh, not till tomorrow morning. So I'm like, oh my God. So she was born at 8 p.m. So I had to sleep with her all night, not knowing what's going on. They want me to breastfeed her. And I know she has stomach problems, not knowing,
Yeah.
if it's going to come. And so the next morning rolls around. I'm up like 5, 6 a.m. All right, where's the doctor? They're like, oh, he's coming. It ends up being, I found out it was some sort of Jewish holiday that day. He was coming in late. He ended up coming in at like noon or 1 o'clock, So this is just a lot of hours for her, being born and no x-ray yet. And so they finally get her the x-ray maybe like later in the afternoon. And they try to tell me, oh, we can't do it till nighttime because the technician is somewhere else. And I was upset. I was like, we'll call him in right now. This needs to happen. So they did. They called him in and they got it done. And right after they got it done, the doctor calls me on the line in the room and he's explaining to me, oh, she has dilated intestines. We don't know if she's going to be able to poop and stuff like that. And stomach, dog's barking. And I told him, I was like, I already know all this stuff. This is everything I've been telling you guys. If you think there's a real problem, then she needs to go over to Children's Hospital right now. Everything's set up over there. And then they said, oh, well, we're taking her down to the NICU right now. And then, we'll get that sorted out. So I went with her to the NICU and they started to basically try to tell me, oh, we're going to start our studies on her. We're going to use our surgeons. We have great UCLA surgeons. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, take her to Children's Hospital. I have this set up, this is some real shit going on. Like, they're just trying to, make their money or something, get me into their hospital. I'm like, I have everything set up. And obviously, I was a young mother too. So the doctors were kind of like belittling and they're like, let me draw out pictures and explain
Oh, that's
to you
so
what's
frustrating.
going on. I'm like, I know what is going on. Like, everything's been broken down for me, and it came to the point where, I see she's getting lethargic, her stomach's getting really big, she hasn't passed any stool, and I'm like freaking out. And finally they're like, all right, this is an emergency.
Oh
She
my
has to go to
God. It
Children's
didn't have to
Hospital.
be, obviously.
After wasting all the time. Obviously, yeah. So they finally get her to Children's Hospital, and then they're like, they weren't prepared for her. They were expecting, to know when she was born and get prepared for that,
Yeah.
Now they waited more than a day and she needed the surgery right away. No one was ready.
Keep on going.
But they were like, it's gonna take 4 hours for it. So I was like, does she have 4 hours? They're like, we don't know. And so
I know.
after
This
30
is Billy.
minutes of us being there, they said after 30 minutes of us being there, they were like, you know what, this is an emergency. We put together a team and we're going to go take her right now. So they took her immediately, and she had her first surgery where she did have a little bag on the side of her stomach, and she would pass her stool through there and I would clean it out. And her second surgery was at 3 months old, and they removed that bag and stitched everything up, and now she's fully healthy. We did follow-up visits, and she says she has no limitations, nothing like that. But what we had found out what caused it was malrotated intestines, which happens when you're pregnant.
Malrotated intestines. I learn something new every time I do this. Hey, Bean, 1 second. Malrotated intestines.
So the intestines are outside the baby's body when you're pregnant, and then at 12 weeks, maybe later than that, they do a full turn and they go inside the baby's stomach. In Nirvana's case, they only did about like a 180 turn and went into her stomach. So they were tangled. They didn't tether down in the right spots. So that's essentially what caused everything after that. So the way her intestines are now, like ours are like tethered down in place when we're born. In her case, when something like that happens, they let the intestines move freely because they can't really be tethered down into spot if they weren't. So that's how she is, but she has no limitations. There's no reason anything should come back or anything. So I'm so grateful for Children's Hospital, definitely. But oh, and what was funny also at St. Joseph's, what they ended up throwing in there is they told me before they had sent her to Children's Hospital, they go, I don't know how to tell you this, but your Children's Hospital paperwork must have slipped through the cracks in labor and delivery. I was shaking. I nearly lost it because I had told every single person that walked into the room. So it just didn't make sense.
1 second. She needs a popsicle and then she'll calm down.
Sometimes popsicles are needed.
Oh my goodness. We can get on with things.
I was gonna say, what's funny is mine is busy eating a popsicle.
Yeah. I love that.
I know, it's honestly the best thing to just keep you occupied for a second.
Melody, without knowing a lot about you, by the way, that story is insane.
It's insane.
Like,
so many people ask why I haven't sued the hospital, but honestly, I'm just so happy that she's okay. I'm just over the whole situation.
Yeah, I get it. Without knowing your story, I met you and like me, look very young. I don't know if you look young for your age or you just look young. And I learned that you're a mom. Baby daddy and you, are you guys still a unit?
We're on good terms. We're on very good terms. So, we share time and everything's very comfortable.
Oh, good.
Sheila.
Okay. I think back to when I was that age. You were, I'm sorry, how old? 19 when you got pregnant? 18. I was not prepared for like having my own phone bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you scared?
Yes, I was scared because I also was only working at a restaurant and didn't have a whole ton of savings or anything. I did have some, but not a whole ton. But it was more of just sometimes when I get into, I don't know if it's just a personal trait of mine, but sometimes when I want to do something, I want to get there, I'll just go with the flow.
Okay.
So it ended up kind of being a thing like that,
Like, I'll figure it out.
I was blessed. I was blessed to get a work from home job. So I'm an administrative assistant for a loan company. Okay. Working on getting my real estate license so I can sell loans to get a bigger commission. And I've just been doing side hustles and stuff like that when we share time and just making it by. And it's been working. I mean, it's been going. I'm very lucky that my grandma, I was raised by my grandma, and she had moved out here when she was about 12 years old, into a house in North Hollywood, big, like 3-room family house. And she passed away. Well, I ended up being her caretaker for many years, and then she passed away, and my dad moved in here, but it is expensive for my dad to cover the bills all by himself on this house. So it worked out that I moved in with him now, and Nirvana, and he's happy because it's just him. He's not married or anything. He's alone. So he's really happy that we're here and we're sharing the bills and all that stuff. But it's honestly a blessing having this house because we did move out for a while. I was paying, rent somewhere else and all that stuff. But I was paying rent for a place that I was having gas leaks and just wasn't good because getting a real nice, modern place out here in LA is not cheap,
No. Yeah, I'm like not in a really nice modern place. So I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. 'Cause
So having the help of this house and, my dad here, that's a big blessing. That's helped.
So Melody comes to aerial class. And yeah, sometimes I would wonder, I think I've asked you in the past, like what's the babysitting situation? She's got her dad. So that's amazing. Does it resonate?
Well, my dad work most of the time,
Okay.
like all the time. But for the most part, it is her dad.
Oh, I see.
Like whenever I go to class, I'll drop her off and he'll watch her. And he usually only works mornings, but he works in the studios, so with the union going on for the past 5 months, it's been hard to find work, very on and off. So he's looking into other things.
Does the term single mom resonate with you, or do you feel like you're not that?
For a while I felt
Okay.
like that. Honestly, it might have been since the strike happened. He's also been talking about going to the army.
Okay.
So the past 5 months he's just been like, Nirvana, spending so much time with her. And yeah, no, it wasn't always like that, but definitely now, like, I have a lot of help from him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing because I've also been able to pick up, I don't know if you've seen, I picked up bartending. I've been doing that since he's been.
Did you do that before ever?
Yeah, I just started about a month and a half ago maybe, but I've been booking just like tons of like events and parties, and I just got a job behind a bar, so I'm doing that at nighttime on certain days and stuff like that, and so it's been helping.
Did you go to school for like? Did you do one of those courses?
I did. I went to in North Hollywood by the
Yes. There's a place there.
There's a bartending school right there. I went there and they're awesome because as long as you show that you're a good bartender when you're there, they hook you up with lots of jobs. So I hadn't even graduated the school yet, and Cindy, the manager there, she was hooking me up with jobs.
Oh my God, this is great. Do you know Carly Johnson? She takes.
Yes, I saw it. Let me close this door. I saw that she went there.
Yeah, one of my other students went there.
And I saw her final. They showed me her final. It looks so fun because we have to do a final where we make all our drinks together, and she's a dancer, and she was like,
yeah,
like dance your drinks together. I was like, I love that.
Okay, so you're making the dream work. Okay, about Ariel. So she started Ariel almost 2 years ago, and you only have the experience of doing it postpartum, but you are a younger body. So tell me about your experience of starting it, what it felt like in your body. Did it feel really difficult? Did it feel not so difficult?
Well, starting it, honestly, it felt impossible. I'll never forget. I remember I walked in. It was like my first time ever walking into an aerial studio or anything. And you were inside. It was only you. I was the first one there. And you were just in your double foot locks, like in the air, like doing your splits and all this stuff. And I just remember looking at you like mesmerized. I'm never going to be able to do that. What am I doing here? Should I leave now? Because I'm never
and look
gonna
at
be
you
able to
now.
do that. I know. It's crazy sometimes to think back at that. And I'll never forget, my first class, in the hammock, I couldn't even bring myself to straddle back, and I'm in the hammock, but I was just scared. I didn't want to go upside down. Like, it was all different, starting it felt different. And I had no body strength, especially postpartum too. I felt like my abs were just non-existent. My arm strength, I couldn't do a single pull-up or even half of one. Like, it's crazy. Now, I mean, I can do 10 pull-ups and, sit-ups.
You can do 10 full pull-ups in a row?
I can do 10 pull-ups. Yeah.
Girl, that's amazing.
I don't even know where it came from.
Well, do you feel like
I mean, only October I've taken time off, but since I started in the beginning, I trained at least like 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Maybe more when I had first started because I was just having a
Oh my God,
blast.
she was there constantly, consistently. She was in it. And when it comes to your body, like, did you have any thoughts at all, like when you're pregnant, like what's my body gonna look like?
Yes, because when I was pregnant, you see how
No,
little I
you told me
am.
you gained a lot of
I-
weight, huh?
Yeah, right now I'm 118, and I was about 118 before I gave birth. And when I was 8 months pregnant, ready to pop, I was 190 pounds.
Okay, you are not just, you've got a small frame, I should say. You've got a
Yeah.
really small frame. Like your bones don't look gigantic. So
Yeah.
how how the hell were you
I
199 whatever it is?
My face got full down. My arms were big. I got big leg. I gained weight. I gained a lot of weight. And I'll have to show you a picture at some point, but you'll see I look so much different. I even feel like I look much younger because I almost have like a baby face of like how like bigger I was. And I that's the to the point, when I was pregnant, I was, getting sad and a little depressed sometimes. I'm like, am I ever gonna lose this weight? I've never been, like this. But also I wouldn't say I had postpartum depression. I think I just I don't know, maybe I think I was just really stressed out with all the children's hospital stuff going
So
on,
you think you did or you
I'm
don't? You don't. You don't know.
I wouldn't say because postpartum depression is I feel like more aimed at your child and the relationship with your child and things like that. But I feel like my depression was just because I was scared of what was going to happen to her and I was just stressed with everything happening with Children's Hospital. But from the second she was born, I was just like attached to her, That wasn't a question. I was so happy she was there. I was just stressed out with all the stuff, with Children's Hospital and all that stuff. So I feel like I didn't eat so much. Well, I was eating like crazy when she was in me.
You want another popsicle?
Our kids are the same. Our kids are exactly the same. It's terrible because my freezer is actually her height, so I
Oh
almost have to
no.
stick a broom in it or something so she can't.
Listen, I'm gonna give you one more popsicle, but then that's it. No more popsicles this morning. Okay, that's it. Just one more. Okay? Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
All right, be right back, Melody.
That's so funny.
Look at me.
Oh. Man, her negotiating skills are getting very good.
They are.
She's like, I need another popsicle if you want that time, lady.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. I mean, Melody, I think it's just your personality too. I mean, there's also PPA, like postpartum anxiety disorder. I had that.
About that, I feel like
Maybe you had that. But I just feel like with your personality, maybe you are like, what's your sign, by the way? You're a Gemini. I don't know a lot about signs, but like you seem to like let the just water flow over your shoulders. Like it doesn't seem like you're holding on to that stress.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that,
Yeah.
especially right now. I've really tried to just at this point, try not to control what you can't,
God,
just
you're like the llama, Dalai Lama, the llama. A llama? You're like the Dalai Lama. Enlightenment. I have a couple friends who were and are pretty like small framed people who gained a crap load of weight in the pregnancy. And then it was hormonal weight, and then the hormones changed, and then it melts away.
I think that might have been a little bit in my case
Okay.
too. Yeah, I think that might have been it too. Definitely. I was definitely very hormonal during my pregnancy, and you can even tell how hormonal you are because sometimes your child will be born with like little lumps on the chest.
Really?
I didn't know that, like almost kind of like little boobs in a way. But
Really?
she was born with that and I asked them because I was like, "Oh my God, is she okay? Like there's a lump here." And they're like, "Oh, those are little boobs, you know, when you're very hormonal in your pregnancy, it passes to the child, and that happens. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Listen, I've now been doing this. I'm finishing my third year of this freaking podcast, which I I know nothing. Like I learn something new every single time I do this because I knew nothing about that. So you're in your aerial practice. You're obsessed. You're an aerialist now. Um, tell me about mom life now and the balance and the juggling.
Yeah, right now, in this current moment has been really crazy since I just picked up that bartending job. So, I haven't been at the gym so much because I'm still working out my schedule at the moment. But right now what it's been is you know, she's usually with her dad if I'm working, and then I'll pick her up and she'll come with me, and during the day she's with me. Basically any time I'm not working or at aerial, she's with me. And then during those times she's with her dad. Um, it's been working out so far so good. You know, like I said, he is looking into the army, so eventually there's gonna be that. But I once she hits, because right now she's 2.5, and I'm thinking once she hits about 3, I'm gonna put her in school. So then when she's in school too, that's gonna free up that time as well. So, like I said, going with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, same. She's with me whenever I'm not working or doing aerial,
Exactly.
which for me is working because I'm always teaching.
Right.
I don't, I have, now that she is older, I have a 2.5 to 3 hour window where I'm not doing any of those things and she's not with me, in which I see a movie. I I love yoga, and that would be my second thing that I would do, but I wanted those hours to be 100% enjoyment, no work involved. Like, you know, sometimes when you're taking care of your body, it doesn't feel like it's just for fun, you know?
Hmm.
So I go see a movie every Sunday morning while she's at Sunday school.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and that's my fun time. But you know, things shift because she's going to go into preschool as well. We decided a little, maybe a year after, like you're saying, at 3, and now she's at 4. So, um,
Yeah, still deciding 3.5. Still deciding, honestly, is also I want to put her in somewhere, you know, good.
yeah, somewhere, yeah, you want to
Place
do all your work
it.
around it and find a good situation. Melody, are you friends with people your age?
Mm, not
Okay.
really. I mean, I have like I would say I don't even have many friends, period. I'm so
Yeah.
busy. I would say everyone is more of acquaintances and things like that. Friends that are actually 21. I mean, maybe one friend that I went to high school with, but we don't ever actually see each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
I don't really hang out with people.
I feel like that happens after you have kids slash have a family. Like I have friends,
Mhm.
but my greatest interaction with them is on a video chat. Like that's what we do.
Exactly.
Um, and I have an aerial community. Those are the people I see in person.
Exactly. Those are like I feel like those are my closest friends. Like Paula and Carly are probably like my
Oh,
closest friends right now.
Carly,
Like
the
they're
Carly
very
I know, or
like
another Carly?
not Carly Johnson, Carly
Oh,
another
okay,
Carly. She also goes to aerial. She does lyra
okay.
classes.
So when it comes to like that, were you ever wanting to go to college?
Did I ever want to
Yeah,
go to college? Um, I think yeah, I did kind of. I didn't really
okay,
know. And I didn't know, and then I had a child, and then I didn't I was like, all right, well, I have a
sure.
decision now. So, but there's been parts of me that's like, maybe I want to study something and all that, but I don't know. I have my route going that's working so far.
Yeah, and sometimes like a vocational thing like you just did the bartending school or anything like
Right. Like
that.
I'm a notary too.
Oh, you are.
I
Sometimes I think that when people go to school for a particular job, it just like it's like A to B. It's the easy, it's like you get to work right away, and school's so expensive.
Yeah, because see, like the other ways almost anybody would become a bartender is, being a server at a restaurant for like a year and moving up and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I did 2 weeks at this bartending school and I've had multiple jobs. So it's like you do that, you get a foot in the door.
That bartending school is pretty famous actually in the valley.
Yeah,
Like people know about it.
yeah, it is. A lot of people
It's
go
like right
there.
beside a 7-Eleven in between a highway and a police station. It's
Yeah. It's in the most random
random.
spot. It's run by people that just, it's insane how they run it, but I love it. It's honestly like a TV show, but they just, they scream at you.
Ah,
It's like, it reminds me of that show Bar Boss
Bar
or
Rescue.
something, or Bar Rescue.
That I was addicted to that show for a little while, and then I stopped. But um, Melody, so in my mind, like I relate to you as you are in front of me. The Melody that I know, I relate to quite well. But I don't normally
Mhm.
relate to a lot of people who are your age because they're,
Mhm.
they're like in college, maybe, you know, they're just, you're like a full on adult. And I imagine myself at that age and I was not. But you've completely, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's like I could even compare you to that.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I did have, my real fun party phase and all. It just happened before I was 21. It happened when I was in like high school, and I don't know. I just got over it and wanted to work a lot.
Yeah, you wanted to make
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where I am now. All I see is money, 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 money. I'm like, bring me all the money. Let's find it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am too. That's why I think it's not just the why we get along, but I feel like that aerial community, not just in LA, everywhere. It's just no matter what the age, the background, ethnicity, geographic. That's why I can get on this podcast and not even have met some of the people, and it just is like butter, you know,
Yeah.
because we have something in
That's
common.
what I love, the aerial community, because it's like it's inspiring. Every single person is a hardworking person. You find out where, a lot of these girls come from and all this stuff. Or like, Paula, I found out, has broken her back and she's over here doing all this stuff. And it's like, it's honestly so inspiring hearing all the different aerialist stories. So it's cool you have this podcast that people get to have like an inside.
Yeah, to kind of the personal stuff that happens. And I'm
Right.
personally so inspired by you guys because for the simple reason that you guys aren't doing this professionally and some of you guys are way better than me. You know what I'm like in ways like stronger, mostly stronger.
And I'm like, you're pretty good.
I'm really good at what I'm good at, but I really struggle putting on muscle and keeping it because it's just like also I know that what I'm expecting of myself, like to be at a certain level for over a decade as your body's getting older,
Mhm.
it's not like a winning battle. You kind of just have to stay with it, you
Right.
know. So I was teaching yesterday and I was like, you guys, because we had been sick all last week, I didn't eat a proper meal for like 5 days. So I'm like the skinnier version of myself right now. And I was like, you guys, I
Mm.
can't do a lot today. So I put together a footlock sequence for you guys. And Erica Nise, she goes, that's why I come to you. I can't do a lot right now. I was like, well, I hope there's other reasons you come to me. But I'm not going to make somebody do like,
But that's
like pull
also
up,
what
no
I
like
love
climb,
about
15 times in a class.
but that's also what I love about Womack is like all the teachers are amazing, but everyone does it their own
Yeah.
way. And so it's nice you can almost accommodate, oh, this person's teaching, I want, the vibe of the class. Like, Carrie's teaching on a Friday night. Okay, I want to have a chill aerial
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, Amanda's teaching. All right, I need to go build my strength up and do
Yeah.
some all arm.
Yeah,
claims,
yeah.
you
That's
know?
that's the contrast we make a lot because like, well, Lydia's like
And
that
I
too.
love
Lydia's
that.
like that too.
Lydia's like
Yeah.
that too. Like everyone has their own thing, you know, that like, because you know, you go to some places and it's like you got to be on the book. Everyone does
Yeah.
this, you know, like I love how it works there, how everyone kind of expresses their own way of teaching and things like that. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So I recommend that studio to everybody. Like I love it.
Well, and I also like tease my students there because a lot of them just found it because they live here and they know nothing about the aerial world outside and they don't realize that like it's really, really well known outside in the world. And they only learn that later.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm like, you're just a spoiled child and you don't know it. Not you,
Yes.
people.
No, me. That's so funny. But I love it
Yeah, so happy.
there. Because what happened was, you know, after I had given birth, I went on Mind Body because I was like, all right, I need to get working out. And I'm not one that likes to be inside gyms. I've gotten a little better like now, but I've never really liked to be inside a gym. I've just felt uncomfortable. I just don't like it. And so I went on the Mind Body app and I was just looking at, you know, different things. I almost went to Orange Theory or something like that. And then I came across aerial classes and I'm like, aerial classes? That sounds so fun. There was intro and like you never find a place that you can actually start from scratch there too. So I was
yeah.
like, let's do it.
I call my Start Here class Fresh Meat Fridays because I get the fresh meat and I like the virgins, you know? I like putting my stamp on it.
There you go.
Melody, thank you so much for coming today. This is fun.
Of course. Thanks for
And
having me.
Bean totally gave me the time. One more popsicle, that's all it took. I don't know what she's doing behind me. She's a little too quiet.
Sometimes you just have to wait to see.
The popsicles are gone, but she's really into a YouTube video. That's what it is. So, all right. Well, have fun with Nirvana today.
Yeah. I'll see you at the studio soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Carrie.
All right, my friends. Melody, thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing you thrive and grow in your aerial practice as a mama. It's so cool to see. Listeners, if you would honor me with a 5-star rating and a review, it means so much. I cannot believe I'll be going into season 4 starting January 2024. Is it the future? I'm confused. Also, keep your eyes out on your inbox if you get those emails from me. If you don't, go ahead and sign up. Super easy in the show notes. And I got some stuff coming for the holidays. Also for next year, a lot of stuff cooking in this kitchen. Check out Greener Grass, the podcast that I do with Kelly McVeigh. We get really broad, but if you just want to hear the sound of my voice, it's there for you for when you do laundry and on your commute, etc. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Check out Digital Podcast. This is Carrie over and out. This is the Expecting Aerials podcast.